My name is Lisa Bell Wilson, and I am John Bell's daughter. Now that he's gone, one of the things about growing up with John Bell Jr. as a dad that I think about is some of the iconic paintings that John Bell Jr. did that were always at my house when I was growing up for years. One of the most important paintings to me is called After the Storm. It is a painting that shows the home that John Bell lived in over off of North Short L Street is where it was located. The story he told was that a storm came through and lightning struck the sweet gum tree that was in their yard, and it burned down, and basically you can see the tree down in the painting. Also, he said their yard was shaped like a bowl, and it filled up with water. And so you can see in the painting the water in the yard and the tree down and grandmother on the porch. So John Bell, I don't know what date it was that he did that painting After the Storm, but it was always on our walls, even when I was really small. So it has to be one of his older and more iconic paintings. Another one of the John Bell paintings that I'd like to talk about a little bit is one that Dad did for Maxine, for Mother, called The Blueberry Pickers. Mother had a memory of when she was a child that she and her brothers and sisters would go down by the train tracks and they would play in the big viaduct that went underneath the railroad tracks. And she said that they would wait for the train to come and they would get in that viaduct under the tracks and let the train shake them when it went over. And also that there were blueberries and things nearby that, growing in the bushes that they would pick and eat, when they were little. And so when you look at that painting, you can see a little girl and a little boy in the painting that were, the little girl with the blonde hair was Mother, and the little boy was probably her brother, Ronnie. So if you notice in that painting that the depiction of Mother as a little girl shows her standing. She contracted polio at the age of 7, and that's why she was in a wheelchair from that point on. And so that the painting would show her before she had polio. She was younger than age 7. So I've been able to be around these paintings for years since I've been small, many of them, and just being able to be in the household with Dad when he was painting, and I was able to observe him actually doing some of the paintings. That I think that gives me a different perspective than what most people have. When you look at a painting and you see the subject matter of the painting, and what I understand is that there's a story behind each one. And for me, the story starts with watching Dad set up his paint, set up his canvas, watching him choose the colors that he's going to use to paint. I can still see him sitting in his home studio getting ready to begin one of these paintings, and I can still hear his wheelchair echoing in that back studio where he worked. I can smell the turpentine from his studio. When I sit in a quiet place, I can still feel these things going on. Everyone takes what they want to from the paintings and takes it home with them. And I think that was the point that he wanted in the paintings that he did. So I feel fortunate to have been able to grow up with these paintings and with him as a father. And I hope that this legacy project is able to allow other people to observe his paintings. And I want people to know the backstory and the history behind each one, and to be able to take those paintings home with them in their mind.